Welcome. This is Shakti Carola Nevrin, and I'm what I call an evolutionary astrologer. So in evolutionary astrology, we look at what's happening right now in the heavens, and especially when we do a birth chart reading, we look at the highest potential. We look at things from the soul perspective. So in evolutionary astrology, our perspective is that wherever the planets are in the signs, in the houses, however they are connected. Hi Diane, cool to see you. I didn't expect anybody because I didn't announce it ahead. So anyway, we look at the planets in the signs as potentials to unfold in our life. And those potentials are ranging from the low end side of manifestations to the high end side of manifestations. So as I always say, the deciding factor, the key is your state of consciousness. So as an astrologer, I am very passionate about giving you all the ins and outs, all the preparing information, so you can have really a good week or 2 weeks ahead of you, depending on how long the forecast is going for. So today I'm going to talk about the new moon, and the new moon is, following the new moon is just a good way to create what I call the astrological awareness, to be more attuned to your inner world, because that's what the moon really is symbolizing. It's our emotional filter to the world. And sometimes we go through up and downs in the day or in the week, and we take things very personal, and sometimes it's not. And following the moon throughout the months, the waxing and waning cycle, and through the different signs, will give you more of a little distance and spaciousness, and you have more of a choice how you really want to react with those energies coming in. So for that, you want to know where the new moon we're discussing today is happening in your chart. So it's a Libra full moon at 8 degrees in Libra. So wherever that falls in your birth chart, this is the area where you will undergo this new emotional rebirth, this new start, starting on a new level of emotional maturity and integration. So isn't that good to know? So if you don't know your birth chart, then you can go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com, and sign up for my newsletter, and it will walk you through the steps, how you get your free chart and your free love stone report. And then when you have the chart, you can kind of recalibrate everything I'm doing in my forecast readings for you. And also you should sign up for your newsletter anyway, because then I can keep you in the loop with all the actual forecasts and what's happening in the skies. But remember, it's always, you always have to recalibrate where in your life this is impacting you. Okay, so for example, for me, it's happening in my 6th house. The 6th house is a house of service, of where we contribute to others. It's a house of health and balancing the needs of our body with the mind. So this is where my emotional reboot, new start, new beginning is happening. So that might be that I show myself more vulnerable and naked to people I work with, and I do believe that is a key ingredient. I mean, I need to be a real person so you can connect with the material and with me as a teacher. So a little bit about me. I am an evolutionary astrologer, so we look at everything in your chart, at everything in the actualizations and forecasts from the karmic perspective, which really puts a different framework around how you know yourself and who you know yourself to be. So I'm also a teacher for astrology, so I'm the founder of Master Astrology Academy, and I'm just doing my launch end of the week. So if you want to learn in your own pace about evolutionary astrology, about the signs, the planets, the houses, the aspects, and how to actually read a chart, then let me know, and I gonna put you into the funnel to give you all the information about the academy and how to get in. So I'm also a published author, so I used to be an astrologer and a gemstone expert as a jeweler, and I wrote a book about it, Jewelry and Gems for Self-Discovery. So here it's an introduction into astrology and how you can use gemstones to support certain areas in your chart. So I will always talk a little bit about the gems in my forecast, so you have something you can really work with and use as an anchor and a focus for your intentions. So because that's what gemstones are really great for. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the new moon. So it's happening at 8 degrees Libra and September 30th at 5:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that means for some people it will happen October 1st, so you have to recalibrate that back to the time zone you're in. So Libra, the sign of relationship, and it's a big new moon, a big new beginning, which gets an extra energy thrust from Jupiter because it's happening in conjunction with Jupiter. So wherever Jupiter is in the picture, we are invited to expand into new, unknown dimensions of self-expression or whatever other, whatever other planets is touched upon. So here it's about an expansion in our emotional self-expression and feelings. And if you have been following me for a while, you know that we're always talking about the wave in the ocean, symbolizing the individual. And the top of the wave is our consciousness. The belly of the wave is our subconsciousness. The ocean the waves are coming out of is our collective unconsciousness, or we could call it the divine, or all that is. So with Jupiter, what is happening, it kind of expands what we're able to feel and connect with in our unconsciousness. Because Jupiter is always looked at, especially in the mainstream astrology, and believe me, there is something like mainstream astrology, fortune telling, woo-woo. So when Jupiter is in the picture, it always wants us to expand out of our comfort zone, out of our box of habituation, or we normally do things. So here it wants to move us out of our unconsciousness. It wants us to connect to deeper layers, and therefore it will move a little bit the top, our consciousness, into former unconscious dimensions. So that's a beautiful thing. So Libra is ruled by Venus, so it's a sign where it's about the dance with the other. So it's about intimate, committed relationships. It's about finding that balance. Remember, in the pictures, the scales of the Libra sign are always shown in balance, but actually that's very misguiding, because that's a goal for Libra, to find that balance, to find that peace. And we start out either here up or there up. So this is kind of what's on the table with the new moon, that we will have a new chance to look at ourselves in relationships in a new way, and with Jupiter to become more aware of our beliefs, our role we play in the relationships. And while Jupiter is not so much somebody who breaks the rules, but he kind of just expands out of the old ways of doing things. So it's kind of a good way to do it. So in general, we could say relationships are the most challenging, because in a relationship we get mirrored back. All our stuff, all our unresolved childhood issues will be triggered in a relationship. If you're sleeping with somebody for more than, let's say, a month, then you are in a relationship, and that will trigger certain shadow areas, unconscious dimensions in you and your heart, and your ability to receive love and to give love and have that intimacy, that heart connection. And in the chart, we look at Venus as the symbol in the birth chart to tell us what does this person really need in a relationship. And yes, we all want the reflection, the companionship, the sexual bonding, the depths. I think that's what we all kind of are looking for in a relationship. But then we also have different needs. So some people need a very harmonious, balanced, low-key, easy-flowing relationship. And other people, you can tell in their chart, they need the depth, the intensity. They need that looking into each other's eyes with intensity, into the center of their soul. And there's a lot of more ups and downs and more drama happening. And so the Venus in the birth chart gives us the information what kind of relationship is really appropriate for that person. And hopefully two people who need that ease and harmonious flow in a relationship, they get together, and not somebody who needs drama and somebody who wants it low-key, and then you're fighting all the time. So okay, so the new moon in general is a new start going through the month, through all the different signs, and I usually keep you updated about every 2.5 days when the moon goes into a different sign. But the new moon and the full moon are kind of really accentuated. They're strong moments in that journey. So the new moon is kind of where the sun is not reflected by the moon for a moment. They're kind of in the same position. So that's kind of the diving into the existential dimensions, and then we come out anew. So you could imagine those cycles in a spiral. So all these moon cycles are building onto each other. So however you have experienced the last new moon, now this new moon is just one step further in our individual journey of evolution and growth. And ultimately, going back to the wave metaphor, it's really about waking up and realizing you are the ocean. You're not just a wave in the ocean, but by definition, the wave is the ocean. So it's really about shifting our identification point from the top of the wave to where the wave meets the ocean. So with moon astrology, it's really about that connection between consciousness and unconsciousness. That is a step of integration, to tap into unconscious material, to integrate it, to hold it, to appreciate it. So for people who are in a relationship, this is a good 2 weeks to pay more attention and to maybe redefine areas. I mean, we all have this kind of subtle contracts in our relationship, especially the intimate one. This is what we do, this is what we don't do. So this is a good 2 weeks to kind of question that and grow out of those habituated ways of doing things. And Diane, my husband and I just started tango lessons recently. That is really perfect timing. You are right. So that's what I mean with the Jupiter, the growing. You want to find new ways to have fun together, to connect on a deeper level. And actually, dance is a really good metaphor for what wants to happen in Libra, because Libra is really about that integration between two people, and one person is leading and the other follows, and then it shifts, and so it's this constant adjustment. and dance. And tango is really the dance of love and connection. I mean, you kind of lean each other's chest towards each other and connect there, and it's very sweet and very powerful. I have a lot of friends here on the island who are very passionate about tango, and doing that with your partner is a wonderful thing to touch into that sweetness of the heart and do something nice and fun together. So yeah, it's a challenge. I mean, I know a lot of people who are singles and they go to tango classes, but I wouldn't want to do that. I'm a little shy that way, so I wouldn't want to have that kind of intimate connection with somebody I don't even know beforehand. But to go with your partner, I think it's a wonderful thing. And yeah, it's a process, and so more consciously you can do that integration with the other, so more joy you will experience. So Diane, hang in there, it's gonna get better. Okay, so let's see. Whenever you have planets or the ascendant in Libra, this will be a stronger new moon for you, because it usually activates, because it goes through the whole sign of Libra, so it will activate all the planets you have in Libra. And then, of course, if they're opposing something or squaring, that's where you want to pay attention. So remember, it is kind of a fast transit. Moon astrology is fast, but in the moment poignant. So that's why I do believe it's quite powerful to do little rituals for the new moon and the full moon. The new moon ritual could be, you brainstorm first in your journal what you want to integrate and learn and grow, and what are your intentions for the coming months. And then at the full moon, you kind of look back and see how far you have come with your intentions. So that full moon is more a time of conscious reflection, while the new moon is really kind of this emotional new start. Okay, so let's see. I think that's what I wanted to talk with you about. You do know I do the weekly forecast, so that's a nice way on Saturdays to get prepared for the coming week. And I know, Diane, you're always there. That's wonderful, and thank you for all your support. I love it. And it's nice you joined in here today. Okay, Diane, any more questions? Otherwise, I will see you on Saturday. And you do know I do my product launch on Friday for the Astrology Master Academy. And I think you would be a great candidate for that. So let's check in about that. And of course, you learn a lot following the forecast and my teachings I do on YouTube and on Facebook along. So either way, all right, so I think it's a wonderful start with this new moon, and enjoy the journey of love and connection and deep bonding. Aloha from Maui, and all the best. And don't forget to like and comment and share the video if you do like it. Aloha.